Now we're going to go ahead and prepare a build your own tacos order. The key to this order, as with any catering order, is to plan ahead and be organized. So before you begin, get yourself the chart, update it for the right number of people, and then the chart then shows you all the weights of each ingredient that you have to include in the order, as well as shows you recommended containers to use for the order as well. At the top of the list here is the different types of containers that you may need for this order. This one here is the small paper tray. And it's the same one that we use for the home edition taco kit. We also have the large paper tray, the 12-ounce clear bowl, the regular size burrito bowl, the large size burrito bowl, and also a 3-pound foil container. So I've already figured out how many containers I need based on the chart. And now I'm going to go ahead and start filling the orders up based on the weights that are provided also on the chart. Now I'm going to start to prepare the order. I'm going to look at my list. The first ingredient is brown rice. And for 20 people, which is as shown here at the top of the list, I'm going to need 600 grams of brown rice. And according to this list, it's going to fit in one foil container. And this is a 3-pound foil container. All the hot ingredients should be going into the foil. So first I'll put my foil on the scale. Be sure to zero the scale. And now I can proceed to add the ingredients. I'm going to take my lid, foil side down, pinch in the sides on the 3-pound container. And now I'm going to label it. Now I'll take this and I'll set it aside for packing again in a few minutes. Now I'm going to prepare the meat for the order. And according to my list, it says here meat and veggies, and it says a total of 2.3 kilograms. I'm actually going to split this order half spicy chicken and half regular chicken. So I'll have to take this number and divide it by 2. So I'll need about 1.1 to 1.2 kilograms of chicken and 1.1 kilograms of spicy chicken. So again, I'll take my foil container, and again, because it's a hot ingredient, I'm going to use the foil, the 3-pound foil container. I'll zero my scale, and I'll proceed to add the chicken. According to the chart that I have beside me, I'm going to need 4 containers of meat for this order, which means I'll need 2 for spicy chicken. So I'm going to need about 575 grams in this order. A little bit more. And there we go. There's the first container of spicy chicken. I'm actually going to need a second one to add the proper quantity according to my chart. Now I'll show you the salsa. And the salsa will be packed in these 12-ounce bowls. Pretty much regardless of the size of order, this is what you'll always be using for salsa. According to my list, I'm going to need 11 ounces. And I know that this is a 12-ounce bowl. So I'm going to fill the bowl to just a little below the top. And I know that's about 11 ounces. Take the lid. To close this properly, line up this tab with the tab that matches it on the base. And of course, just like everything else, we want to be sure to label it so that the customer knows what it is when it gets to their site. Salsa verde, and I wrote in there medium so that they understand it's a little bit spicy. I've completed measuring all my cold ingredients, and now I'm going to proceed to pack them in the box to take to the office. This is where the pictures and the guides really help you pack everything up. So first I'm going to need a catering box. Just this. Break off the ends. Hold it vertically like this. Flip it over. Like that. And then take your paper tray, your paper. Line the paper in the box like that. And now we can begin to place the items into the box. So there's the bottom layer. And we're going to make 2 layers just like we do for the Home Edition kit. There's your top layer. And that part's ready to go. I'm going to pack it into a box to go. And I'll also take the cheese and lettuce, put them in the box as well. Okay, I've got everything weighed out. So I'm going to look back to my list just to double check to make sure I've got everything. And I'm also going to show you how to pack the hard shell tacos. For this size order, again, this is 20 people. So we need 28 hard shell tacos, and that'll fit quite nicely in a box just like this. Keep this near the top, because obviously, even in the box, it's still a little bit fragile. The soft shell tacos, we need a total of 32. So I'm actually going to round up a little bit and give them 3 full packs. Be sure to massage them before you pack them. The customer won't know to do this. Now I'll show you how we're going to pack the hot ingredients. Again, the hot ingredients were packed into 3-pound foil containers. So for example, I'll do my spicy chicken. One will go like that. And the one will go just like that. So in this container I have a spicy chicken and a flame grilled chicken. And I'm going to proceed to do that with all the hot ingredients. So now I've got everything packed up into my box, and I'm going to take one double check to make sure I haven't forgotten any ingredients. It's the most important thing. One by one, I'm going to go through and verify that it's in the box. Also, you'll note the paper reminds you that you have to pack paper plates, forks, knives, and sides. Okay. So this is also going to go with the order. And one final step, we're going to take these sheets, and this is going to help us tell the customer what it is that's in each container. And now we're ready to go. So we just completed an order for 20 people. As I said at the beginning, it's indicated here at the top. But this same format and the same formula can be used for serving much, much larger groups. In fact, we've done it for groups as large as 700. And the only difference really is the type of containers you're going to use for the different ingredients. For example, here I have the list for 50. For the hot stuff, the beans and the meat, it's really the same, just more containers. The main difference you'll see is that on the colder ingredients, which for 20 we use those paper trays and we put them into one catering box, you're going to use individual bowls and foil pans to pack each individual ingredient. For example, you'll have a whole large burrito bowl full of corn. But again, it specifies exactly what you need for each ingredient. Now we've got the order, and we're bringing it to our customer. Obviously, we're right in front of our restaurant, but we're going to go through the process anyway as if we were at a customer site. So again, we're going to set up the order. You've got to understand that when you're delivering a catering order, bringing it to the customer is only half the job. You need to set it up, give them the feel, as much of the feel of a quesada restaurant as possible. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up all the ingredients that we packed up in the same order that you would find them on our quesada serving line. So at the start of the line, you're going to find the taco shells. I'm going to put them right here. Then we'll put in our hot ingredients. And just like you'd find in a restaurant, the beans are near the beginning. Then the meats. So now I'll proceed to open everything up once I know that the customer is just about ready to eat. If you're well ahead of the time that they want to eat, you can set it up for them like this and have them leave the containers closed to keep the heat a little bit better. Now once we take the lids off, the customers aren't going to know what it is. But we're going to help them with that using these tags that you prepared ahead of time. And I'll show you that once I'm finished. We'll have everything labeled so that the customer knows exactly what each ingredient is. When I have more than one of a particular container, for example, I have 2 containers filled with chicken, I'm only going to open one and put the other one directly underneath or directly behind so that when the customer is ready, needs the next container, they can open it up and they'll know exactly where to find it. Now I'll place the proper label in front of each thing. Oh, spicy chicken over there. Okay, so here we are. We've got the full order set up. As you can see, it's set up just as you would see at a quesada restaurant with the taco shells at the beginning, your hot stuff, cold stuff, and the cheese at the end. As we started out, this is an order for only 20 people, but as you can see, it already took up quite a bit of space. We laid out our labels as best we can, but sometimes you'll get orders for 50 or 100 people. Be sure to plan ahead. You're going to need double or more than this much space in order to put the full containers out, because what you'll have is large containers this size, or 2, of each ingredient. Instead of this little container, you might have 2 containers of red onions, 2 containers of corn, all the way down the table. So you're going to need a good 10 to 15 feet of table space to set it up as best you can, as nicely as possible. Obviously, you've got to work with whatever you get, but always keep an eye on how it actually looks and presents to the customer.